Hi, I'm Jovi. At 72, I never expected to be living with my daughter Melissa and her husband Derek. My modest ranch house needed major repairs after the flood last spring, and they insisted I stay with them just until things get sorted out. 3 months later, I was still here. Mom, did you take your medication this morning? Melissa asked, pouring coffee into my favorite mug, the one with dancing cardinals that my late husband bought me. I'm not senile, Mel. I remember my pills, I replied, accepting the coffee. But thanks for checking. Just making sure. Derek thinks we should start keeping track in a notebook. For safety. I bristled. Derek seems to have a lot of opinions about my health lately. Melissa's smile tightened. He cares about you. We both do. My daughter's neighbor Nancy stopped by that afternoon while Melissa was at work. We sat on the back porch, the summer heat making the ice in our lemonade melt too quickly. How's the house coming along? Nancy asked, fanning herself with a magazine. Slowly. The contractor says another month, maybe 2. Nancy lowered her voice. And how are things here? With Derek and all? What do you mean, and all? It's just, Melissa mentioned Derek's been talking about making this arrangement permanent. Something about you needing supervision. My stomach dropped. That's ridiculous. I'm perfectly capable. I know that, Nancy interrupted, patting my hand. But Derek told Steve at the barbecue that your memory episodes were getting worse. Said he was looking into some kind of guardianship. Guardianship? My voice cracked. I don't have memory episodes. I forgot where I parked at the grocery store once. Once? That's why I wanted to tell you, Nancy said. It didn't sound right to me either. That night, I couldn't sleep. Around midnight, I crept downstairs for tea and froze when I heard voices from Derek's home office. The paperwork is almost ready, Derek was saying. Dr. Winters owes me a favor. He'll sign whatever assessment we need. I don't know, Derek. It was Melissa, sounding uncertain. Mom's just having a hard time since Dad died. She doesn't need guardianship. Your mother has significant assets tied up in that house and her savings, Derek replied. With the market what it is, we'd be stupid not to manage those funds properly. She'll thank us when the memory issues get worse. If they get worse, Melissa countered. When, not if. Trust me, I've seen this before. Better we handle it now before she does something rash. I've already contacted a real estate agent about her property. I backed away silently, heart hammering. They were planning to take control of my life, my home, my finances, everything. And Derek was already making arrangements behind my back. I returned to my room, hands shaking as I dialed my son Patrick's number. He lived 3 hours away in Cleveland. Mom? His groggy voice answered. It's midnight. Is everything okay? Patrick, I whispered urgently. I need to talk to you. It's about Derek. I think I'm in trouble. Slow down, Mom, Patrick said after I explained what I'd overheard. Are you absolutely sure that's what Derek meant? He's contacting real estate agents about my house, Patrick, without telling me, and getting some doctor to declare me incompetent. That's serious, Patrick admitted. Have you noticed anything else strange? Now that I think about it, Derek's been helping with my finances lately, offering to manage my accounts, asking about Dad's life insurance, even suggesting I add him to my bank account for emergencies. Don't sign anything, Patrick warned. I'll call Aunt Carol in the morning. You can stay with her until I figure something out. The next day, I carefully maintained my routine while watching for signs. When Derek left for work, I called my old friend and attorney, Barbara. Jovi, how's life with the kids? Barbara's cheerful voice came through the phone. Not good, Barb. I need legal advice urgently. After explaining the situation, Barbara's tone turned serious. This is elder financial abuse, Jovi. Unfortunately, I've seen it before, even within families. What can I do? I asked, keeping my voice low as I watched for Melissa's return. Document everything. Any conversations, missing mail, financial documents, and get out of there as soon as possible. Can Patrick come get you? Not until tomorrow. What about your sister Carol? Is she still in Fairview? Yes, but call her, today. I'll start preparing paperwork to protect your assets. Carol arrived that afternoon under the pretense of a surprise visit. Melissa seemed genuinely pleased to see her aunt, but Derek's smile didn't reach his eyes. What a coincidence, he said, glancing between us suspiciously. We were just talking about family visits. Great minds think alike, Carol replied smoothly. Actually, I was hoping to steal Jovi for dinner. Girls' night out, over dinner at a quiet restaurant. I filled Carol in completely. That manipulative little weasel, she fumed. And Melissa is just going along with this? She seems uncertain, but Derek can be persuasive. They've had money troubles since he switched jobs. All the more reason he's eyeing your savings, Carol said, stabbing at her salad. We need to get your important documents. Birth certificate, social security card, bank statements. They're in a box in my closet. Derek insisted I bring all my important papers when I moved in. Perfect. We'll get them tonight and you're coming home with me. Patrick will meet us tomorrow. When we returned, Derek was waiting in the living room. Fun dinner? He asked with a calculated smile. Melissa was worried when you didn't answer her texts. Battery died, I lied, patting my purse. Is she upstairs? Working late. Listen, Jovi. While Carol's here, I wanted to discuss something with both of you. I've been researching some options for your long-term care. Actually, Derek, I interrupted, finding courage I didn't know I had. I've made my own arrangements. My house will be repaired next week, and I'll be moving back home. Derek's smile faltered. That's not realistic, Jovi. Your memory lapses are getting worse. Just yesterday, you forgot where you put your glasses. They were on my head, I replied evenly. That happens to everyone. And last week, you got lost driving to the pharmacy. I took a detour because of road construction. Derek's jaw tightened. Melissa and I have discussed this extensively. We think... You discussed putting me under guardianship, I said flatly. I heard you last night, Derek. I know about Dr. Winters signing an assessment. I know about you contacting a real estate agent for my house. The color drained from his face. You misunderstood. I was just exploring options. Cut the crap, Carol interjected. We know what you're doing. Derek's demeanor changed instantly. You have no idea what you're talking about. Jovi's been imagining things for months. Melissa can confirm. Confirm what? Melissa appeared in the doorway, looking confused. Mom? Aunt Carol? What's going on? Your husband is trying to take control of my assets, I said directly. He's planning to put me under guardianship, sell my house, and manage my money. That's ridiculous, Derek scoffed. Melissa, your mother is confused again. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Melissa looked between us uncertainly. Derek's just concerned about your welfare, Mom. Then why was he calling a real estate agent about my house without telling me? Why is he getting a doctor to sign papers declaring me incompetent? Is that true? Melissa asked Derek. I was exploring options for when, not if, when, her condition deteriorates, Derek insisted. Someone needs to make these decisions before she wastes everything your father worked for. By putting it in your control? Carol asked pointedly. Derek's expression darkened. Stay out of this. This is a family matter. I am family, Carol shot back. Mom, Melissa said carefully, maybe we should all sit down with Dr. Lawrence, get a proper assessment. I already called Barbara, I interrupted. She's my attorney. She says what Derek's doing constitutes elder abuse. Abuse? Derek laughed incredulously. You ungrateful. I've opened my home to you. We've taken care of you. While plotting behind my back, I replied, standing my ground. Derek stepped toward me, finger pointing. You're not thinking clearly. This is exactly why you need supervision. Melissa, tell her. Don't you dare try to intimidate her, Carol warned, stepping between us. Get out of my house, Derek shouted, face reddening. Both of you now! Derek, stop! Melissa pleaded. Fine, he snarled, grabbing my arm roughly. I'll help you pack. The moment he touched me, Melissa's eyes widened. She'd never seen this side of him before. Let go of her, she demanded, her voice stronger than I'd heard in years. Derek released my arm, looking shocked at his own behavior. Melissa, you don't understand. I understand plenty, she replied coldly. Mom, Aunt Carol, please wait in the kitchen. I need to speak with my husband. Alone. 2 officers arrived 30 minutes later. Officer Rodriguez spoke with me privately while her partner interviewed Derek. So you're saying your son-in-law was attempting to establish guardianship without your knowledge or consent? She clarified, taking detailed notes. Yes, and he grabbed my arm when I confronted him. I showed her the red marks forming. We take elder abuse very seriously, ma'am. Financial exploitation, emotional abuse, and physical intimidation all qualify. Would you like to press charges? I glanced at Melissa, who stood pale-faced in the doorway. I want a restraining order, I decided, and I want to leave tonight. The next morning, Patrick arrived at Carol's house, looking worried and exhausted from his early drive. Mom, are you okay? I came as soon as I could. I'm fine now, I assured him. Barbara's already filed for a protective order and notified my bank to freeze any unusual activity. I can't believe Derek would do this, Patrick said, shaking his head. Or that Melissa would go along with it. She didn't know the extent of it, I explained. She thought he was just being protective. Still, she should have seen through him. Carol brought in coffee for everyone. Your mother raised smart children. Melissa will figure this out. As if summoned by her name, there was a knock at the door. Melissa stood on the porch, eyes red from crying. Can I come in? She asked hesitantly. Patrick moved protectively closer to me, but I nodded. Melissa sat across from me, hands twisting in her lap. Mom, I am so sorry. I had no idea what Derek was planning. But you knew he was concerned about my mental state, I pointed out. Did you really think I was becoming incompetent? No, I mean... He kept pointing out little things, normal forgetfulness, but when he listed them all together... She trailed off. I should have trusted my instincts. I should have trusted you. What happens now? Patrick asked. Derek and I are done, Melissa said firmly. I've spoken to a divorce attorney. When I confronted him with what Officer Rodriguez told me, she took a deep breath. He admitted everything. Said we could use your money to pay off our debts, that you'd never even notice. Oh, I'd notice, I said dryly. A ghost of a smile crossed Melissa's face. That's what I told him. Over the next few weeks, things moved quickly. The restraining order was granted. Barbara helped me document everything and file a formal complaint. My house repairs were completed ahead of schedule, and Patrick helped me move back home. Melissa and I met for coffee at a neutral location, the little cafe downtown where she used to work in high school. The divorce papers are filed, she told me, and the DA is pursuing charges for attempted financial exploitation. How are you holding up? I asked, concerned despite everything. Honestly, better than expected. It's like waking up from a fog. Derek controlled more than I realized. That's often how it works, I said gently. Smart, strong people can still be manipulated. Like you were? She asked hopefully. No, I replied firmly. Not like me. I'm your mother, Melissa. I trusted you to protect me, not help someone take advantage of me. Her face fell. Can you ever forgive me? I considered her question carefully. I don't know yet. Trust takes time to rebuild, but I'm willing to try on one condition. Anything. Never question my competence again. I may be older, but I'm still the same person who raised you, who ran a business for 30 years, who managed just fine before Derek came along. Deal, she said, extending her hand. As we shook on it, I realized something important. Standing up for myself hadn't just saved my assets, it had saved my dignity. And that was worth more than anything Derek could have taken from me. So what would you do if someone tried to control your life? Would you recognize the warning signs? Remember, true family protects you, not your assets. Like and subscribe for more stories about standing up for yourself when it matters most.